everybody, this is Dan at moreoldstuff.com, and man, I think I have one of the coolest finds in a long time. Let me show you real quick and I'll tell you a little bit of the story. So what you see here, and we always talk about original boxes and stuff like that when you're buying collectibles or you're reselling stuff, and everything in the original boxes is always more valuable. Well, check out this original box. This is a shipping crate for a 1927 to 1935 Brunswick antique tube radio. Look just like that one right there. It's on the label on the front. That's the radio that was in this shipping crate. This crate has printed on the side a little bit of information here: warning, this end up, keep dry, don't use hooks, and don't drop. Handle carefully, open at side mark cover, which is actually the other side. There's this, has a paper label that is glued to it that's in, I consider, immaculate condition. I mean, for as old as this is, there's a little bit of wear like along the edge right here, a few little dings in it. Certain places there's some stains right in here, but oh my gosh, since potentially 1935, right, as would have been the latest that this thing has existed and lived and survived from that time. The wood is it's basically a shipping crate. Now someone has taken this side, and over the years they put a hinge on it. This hinge is not an original hinge. I think they made it a storage box, or possibly we're going to make it a shelf or something like that. Let me show you the sides and the back. Now I have it sitting next to one of my radios, which is a 1936 Spartan, and it's this kind of the same style that's what's on the cover, so you can kind of get an idea of what was in it. My radio is a bit taller, and is a bit taller than the crate, so it was probably a little taller than the one that was actually in there, but it's of the same style. 1927, 1925 to 1940s, this kind of was the style for the real fancy radios of the day. This particular radio actually doesn't work. It's on my project list, but it's in really good shape. Even the internal workies are in good shape, so there's some work I got to do to it. But it's kind of a display piece for me. But what's great is that this is similar to this crate. I mean, it would have probably came in a crate similar to this, although this is a Brunswick company, and this is Spartan, which is another company. Let me turn it. See, this thing stands probably 3 feet, 3.5 feet, maybe a little taller, about 4 feet. Get it so the light's on it. This is the other side, and same information. And this was the cover, so this was the side you were supposed to open to uncrate it. And then down here is the Brunswick company, New York, and that's printed. It's printed right on the wood, so it's almost like they ran. It was kind of press printed right on the wood. It's almost like they ran these sheets of wood. It's a piece of plywood through a printing device at the factory, and printed this right on the wood of their crates. There's some labeling on the side. This is same number. Could be a serial number. I don't know. Maybe it may have been a part of shipping. The backside is nailed on. The front side is nailed on. It actually still has the original nails, or has some nails in it. They're original. It was hinged, like I said, but here's the inside. I had to pry the nails out of it, open it up to see the inside, which is basically just the inside of a crate. There's a mark on the back side there, and I'm not sure if it's a date, or it doesn't look like a date. It might be some type of part number, serial number set up. Little support brace on the bottom. Now that may have been added to to put a shelf in here. Whoever had this in the past may have put a shelf in there. There's no holes in it. The guy, so there's an auction, an online auction house that's close to me here in town, and I had bought some things. I went in to pick it up, and I saw this sitting in there, and I asked the guy, cause he does the state sales and things like that, and I asked him if he was gonna do with it. He says, you know, I'm gonna keep it because I really like it. I'm gonna make a shelf out of it. And I went, oh, okay, kind of a bummer, because I didn't want to see it tore up or anything. And so that was about 2 months ago, and watching his auctions online, I get notification. I look at this past week's auction, and sure enough, I see this thing setting up for auction. I was like, oh, this is so cool. I mean, I do radios, and I love collecting radios and reselling and fixing and all this. I have very, very real. At one time, I found a crate that was for sale. That was up for sale, and I don't even remember if it was a Zenith crate or whatever it was, and it was not as near as in good condition, and it didn't have this paper. It was just stamped crate. It just stamped Zenith, and that was it. And I think that thing was actually sold for $400. This, I don't know, this has got to be, you know, worth a lot more. Because I collect radios, this may go into my own collection. Someday I may sell it. I don't know. We'll see. I would love to find a Brunswick radio to match up with it, even if it was a non-working Brunswick, even, because I would set it inside the crate. I would display this inside the crate with the lid off and leaning on the side, and maybe even some packing material from that era in the bottom, just something that would just, you know, bring it back to that first day when you crack open this crate, when you get it in the mail, you know, the shipper, the mover guys bring it to you, and you know, you're opening the crate and there's your new radio sitting inside of it. That look would be so cool. As a matter of fact, if I could get that radio inside of there, I might do that. It's a little tall, so I may have to rig something. I don't know if I could do it or not, but anyhow, definitely going to be on the lookout for a Brunswick radio of that model and that era. But anyhow, just a short video on this cool piece that I just picked up. And you know, if you know anything about this, you guys have one, if you've got crates, you collect this stuff, or if you have one, let me know about it. I'd love to see some pictures. I'd love to see kind of what's out there, get an idea, you know, like what's available, how rare this is. I mean, I'm always on the lookout for stuff like this, and it's very, I mean, you just don't ever see this stuff. So I'm considering this pretty rare, in my opinion, to have this in such a good shape, such good condition, ready to go. But anyhow, all right, this is Dan at More Old Stuff, and Miss Kylie, who's been kind of watching the video being made, trying to cool down because it's really hot here today. Anyhow, check out my other videos, and like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Thanks.